CBSUA's contribution in addressing the societal challenge of improving lives and securing a sustainable future through research and innovation. So it is an event organized by our university in partnership with Vietnam National University of Agriculture and the Ecosystems Research and Development Bureau of the Department of Environment and Natural Resources. So it gathers scientists and researchers as a global community of scholars in an open discourse of current issues and concerns and solutions in food systems, learning systems, and ecosystems. So on that note, I welcome you all to session 2B, Environmental Sector. So we are indeed honored by your presence today as we listen to our paper presenters tackle latest cutting-edge researches and offer us comprehensive global discussions that address current issues in the environment. So a total of 14 papers will be presented in this session. After every 5 presentations, a 10-minute open forum will follow to accommodate some questions and queries from the audience. So we also have our live streaming via Facebook, and those who are watching may also ask questions through the chat box. So let's start this session with our first presenter from Davao, Philippines. So Ms. Ems, it is on impacts of COVID-19 on the catch of small-scale fisheries and their families due to restriction policies in Davao Gulf, Philippines. So can you please start sharing the video of Miss Catherine Siblos. Sorry, Miss Ems, it should be the presentation of Miss Catherine Siblos, the first presenter. Yes, that's it. Yes, that one. Okay, thank you. We don't hear any sound. Hello, Ems? Can you share the screen and the video? Hello, Ems. Can you please share the pre-recorded video of Miss Catherine Siblos, our first presenter? Are there some technical problems? Oh, um, Miss Cernichas is having some problem. May I request Ma'am Siblos to please share her screen if for her presentation? Would that be okay, Miss Catherine?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you very much.
My name is Catherine Visilos, and I will be presenting our study entitled Coordinating Impact on the Catch of Small-Scale Fisheries and Their Families Due to Restriction Policies. So,
We lost the sound. Miss Siblos.
Dapat i-mute.
It's okay.
the rate of infection from COVID-19 was inevitable and was progressing at a rapid rate that urged the government to travel bans, home confinements, social distancing, local lockdowns, and business closures were implemented worldwide, including the Southeast Asian countries where Philippines resides. COVID-19 did not just affect our normal daily lives, but also hinders us to go to work for our families, like what happened in the fisheries sectors of Davao Gulf, Mindanao. For objectives, this study aimed to understand and assess the impact of COVID-19 to small-scale fishers of Davao Gulf, Mindanao. For specific objectives, the assessment of the impact of COVID-19 to the catch per unit effort of the small-scale fishers and determining factors that affect the volume of catch, and also assessment of the impact of COVID-19 to the fishers and their families. Materials and methods. Study sites includes Governor Generoso, San Isidro, Pantukan, Mabini, Samal, Davao City, Santa Cruz, Santa Maria, and Malita. These are the coastal towns that surrounds the Davao Gulf. These areas were mainly agricultural producing areas with known products such as bananas, coconuts, cacao, and pomelo, as well as harboring-rich fishing grounds. Davao Gulf was dominated by commercial fishers, which comprised of 88% of the annual fish catch, while the municipal fishers of the small-scale fishers only comprise 12%. These fishers are known to use hook and lines, traps, spear fishing, long lines, gill nets, ring nets, and tie-ups in their artisanal commercial fisheries. For data gathering, before the conduct of the interview, permission letters were submitted to the Office of the Barangay Captain, and repeated visits also require the same courtesy call to the local government. Some structured questionnaire was used during the interviews. The respondents of the study were fishers who were randomly selected in the various study areas and who were engaged in fishing and fishing-related activities for at least a year or in full time. The interview was conducted in their homes near the community fish ponds and barangay halls. Data processing was conducted or encoded using the Microsoft Excel 2019. For data analysis, all data was analyzed using the Minitab 17 for quantitative analysis. Catch per unit effort, or the CPUE, was utilized, and also the multiple linear regression. Qualitative analysis were conducted using the coding method of Day 2005. Results and discussion. For the socio-demographic profile in letter A, which is the age of respondents, results shows that San Isidro, with 48 years old, have the highest average age, and Malita, with 39 years old, was the lowest average age of the fishers. In letter B, years of fishing, Davao City had the highest average fishing experience of 28 years, and Santa Maria, with 12 years of fishing experience, was the lowest. In letter C, education, the highest number of respondents mentioned elementary level as their highest education with a percentage of 33%, and 0.5% for senior high as the lowest, and there were no college graduates among them. Letter D, household size. In terms of the number of household members, Governor Generoso, Mabini, and Bantugan has an average of 5 members, followed by Samo, San Isidro, Santa Maria, Santa Cruz, and Malita, with an average of 4 members. For the catch and fisheries variables, letter E, catch composition. The dominant fish species caught were island mackerel with a frequency of 33, followed by Bali sardines with 31, big eyed scat with 27, and brown scat with 18, frigate tuna with 16, together with common squid of the same frequency. In letter F, of this fish volume, 52% will go to the financiers and traders, 23% will go to the direct buyers, while 11% will be sold to their neighbors, 7% for family consumption, and 6% for the local markets. Results of the multiple linear regression shows that the CPUE was highly influenced by the fisheries factors. These fisheries factors include fish holding capacity of the boat, proportion of the catch sold, fishing frequency, revenue, and fishing costs more than any other variable such as socio-demographic, financial, their water bills or electric bills, and emotional, through the frustration, anger, and hope, etc. However, results of the CPUE found that there is no relationship between the CPUE of fishers and their emotion and socio-demographic profile or bills to pay during the time of pandemic. But looking into the analysis of the influencing factors of the volume of catch using logistic regression, both economic, the proportion of catch sold, total fishing cost, and emotional factors such as frustration played a key role. Fishing costs or capital used and proportion of catches sold by the fishers and prices of fish they caught were mainly influenced by the middleman. So who is this middleman? They're oftentimes also their financiers who provide finances for their fishing operations. Financiers or middlemen perform important roles such as delivery of fishes from one fishing area to another. Then they also process fish, sell them directly to local buyers and bigger markets. It is convenient for the fishers to make their catch and sold them due to their limited education, knowledge in trading, negotiation, as well as limited market network. Thus, they are forced to rely on the financial assurance provided by the middlemen during fishing periods, especially periods with low catches. However, during the pandemic, there is a disruption in fish market due to the fragmented operation by the financiers and the middlemen that result lesser or limited lending of money for the fishers, as they also struggle to dispose the fish catches due to the consequences of travel restrictions. On the other hand, the COVID-19 pandemic caused a major emotional distress to the fishers of the Davao Gulf. They were worried on how to provide for their families during the pandemic and at the same time afraid of acquiring the virus. Some fishers tried to other jobs just to provide food for their table, and some still go out in the sea despite the warnings of authorities to stay home. These pandemic-related restraints, such as the social distancing, home quarantines, etc., are affecting the well-being of the fishers and their families. This has induced negative emotions like sadness, worry, fear, anger, annoyance, helplessness, and loneliness, and also frustration, which makes them hard to provide for their families. For continuation, number 5, challenges due to COVID-19 impacts to fisheries. The consistently high percentage rating of restricted fishing areas have shown that this was the main impact to the fisheries operations, followed by low fish stocks, reduced mobility by fish traders, travel restrictions. In number 6, challenges due to COVID-19 impacts to fisheries family. Results shows that the high percentage rating of lack of mobility have shown that this was the main impact to the fisher's family, followed by food inadequacy, travel restriction, and education of their children. Lack of mobility resulted in food inadequacy. During the pandemic, there was a decline in food supply because of the disrupted food supply chain, and prices of common goods skyrocketed. Since the fishers were prevented to go out, this brought frustration to the family as they cannot do anything about their situation other than to wait for food packs from the local government. During this time in pandemic, there are restrictions we implemented preventing the movement of travel workers seeking to go from their place of residence to their work sites or their offices. This was a big challenge to the fisher's family because according to many of them, their own family members that are capable of finding job or already working outside their place of residence are not able to go to their place of work due to tight policy restrictions from borders to borders. In addition, the education of their children was also a great challenge for the fisher's families. There was a real struggle to teach their children at home since they themselves were not capable of teaching their children the lessons. This abrupt change was a great challenge to most, especially to the less privileged homes such as the fishers, where income cannot go up to have access to the digital resources and costly internet connections available. In conclusion, the findings of this study have revealed that COVID-19 affected the lives of the fisheries and their fish catch economically and socially. Restricted fishing areas is bound to have important and major setback on the fishing operations of fishers, as well as the middlemen needed low fish price and reduced mobility of the fish traders. Fishers' families suffer inadequate food and could barely teach their child at home due to the lack of knowledge and also lack of additional finances. Despite the disruptions of their income and livelihood, the local fishers remain positive and hopeful to weather this pandemic and face the future with a positive attitude. Thank you so much for listening and have a nice day. Godspeed.
So thank you very much, Ma'am Siblos, for sharing with us your research outputs and findings. So can you please stop sharing your screen? So I guess we are now ready with our second paper to be presented. Okay, so Ms. Ems, are you there now? Is everything okay? So our next presenter is Mr. Arnel Rendon with the research morphological identification of nematodes found in the soils of Mangifera indica. So, sir. Good morning. Ms. Ems. Ems, can you please? May I ask everyone, what do you see on the screen, please?
We just only hear the sound, but yung video is
Could I hear
Yes.
it?
Yes. Sorry for that. So Miss Ems, kindly just stop sharing. Miss Ems, kindly just stop sharing your screen. I would just request Sir Rendon to share his screen and the video. Thank you. Sir Arnel,
yes, for a while.
thank you very much. Sorry for the interruption. May I just request the succeeding presenters to just prepare their having some problems in the on the side of Miss Emily. Thank you very much.
And can I share now?
Yes, sure. Thank you.
Parang just wait. Ayaw po, ma'am. Kaya mag-share screen.
Sorry, we are having some technical glitches here. Let me see if I have the presentation. Share screen. I think I have here. One moment.